News 2 at 6.
Well, this week, News 2 received several calls and emails about a string of lights in the sky. From Franklin to Reedyville, some were calling it a UFO. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. It piqued our interest as well, so we looked into it. News 2's Tori Gessner explains the reason behind these lights.
You called.
There was probably 12 or 14 lights that all appeared directly in a row.
And sent your photos.
It just looked like they were deadly in a straight line, and I've never seen anything like that ever in my life.
If you saw them too, you're not alone. And we're not referring to UFOs or aliens. This is a Starlink satellite train, part of Elon Musk's SpaceX program. The technology brings high-speed internet to remote and rural areas around the world, including rural parts of Tennessee.
If you want rural people to agree on something, ask them about broadband access. They will always agree that they need more and that it's not sufficient what they have.
Tim Marima is an editor for the Daily Yonder, focusing on issues impacting rural parts of America. He says even though satellite internet can get pricey and isn't always dependable during bad weather, Starlink could help fill the gaps between those with internet access and those without.
The more options you have, the more likely you are to be able to find a plan that works for you and that you can afford. So if this adds a choice, then that's great.
But for astronomers like Vanderbilt professor Kayvon Stassen, the light Starlink reflects can create some challenges with research.
To do what we do, we need to be able to have the sky be as dark as possible so that we can study the things that we want to study as carefully as possible. And when even one of these things streaks by, let alone a train of them, it can be quite disruptive to the research.
SpaceX has started deploying dark shields to dim the Starlink trains a few weeks after they're launched. Stassen says while they're still not dark enough yet, they're better. Just like improving internet access in rural areas, there's no one quick fix.
The idea that we're going to find a silver bullet that's going to solve this internet connectivity problem in rural areas with one technology and one provider, history tells us that doesn't work out so great.